Dear Diary, today I was only teabagged 3 times in Halo Infinite. This is a marked improvement from last week. Also, it has been over a fortnight since my mother was last slandered. All in all, this has been a good week in Halo Infinite, and I look forward to ranked play next week.
NANI?!
Like the video I posted before about Souls likes, which you can see in the card there, I want to preface this by saying that I am a complete and utter noob at this game, and this is not the video of an expert in any way, shape, or form, but that doesn't mean I'm not having fun. I think the last time you could say that I played a first-person shooter with any kind of regularity was, I'm gonna age myself here, GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. And that was really whenever my older brother would let me play. I was a kid, a freaking kid. So I went on from there to avoid the genre. I never played Halo, never played Call of Duty. It was just not my thing, or at least so I thought. In the Souls-like video, I talked about how I was interested in the game, but I was intimidated. That's not really the case here with Halo or first-person shooters in general. I was just not very interested. It was not something, a gameplay style that appealed to me, and there was a couple reasons for that. Part of it was the perception of a somewhat toxic player base, a little bit of a social anxiety thing with, team-based games and not wanting to be bad on a team, and then also just I've never been a huge fan of guns. It's just not my thing. It didn't draw me in the way something like Sword and Sorcery did, which is really where I'm at home. But enter Halo Infinite and a dedicated group of individuals who made it seem like the most fun you can have playing games. With their influence, I have gone on to play an unhealthy amount of Halo Infinite, all in the PvP multiplayer, which is actually for free on Steam. And I played in both ranked and non-ranked modes, both as a solo player and then in groups, in large PvP battles and then in smaller ones. And I've had fun in all of it. So if you've been under a rock and you don't know what Halo Infinite is the 6th mainline entry of the franchise, released early with a free PvP mode classified as an open beta that began on November 15th, and that is where my journey with the game began. The campaign later launched on December 8th, 2021. There was some consternation as the campaign launched without co-op, a feature present in previous iterations, but a series of reviews from outlets and several individuals have lauded the game's campaign as well as its PvP mode. The PvP mode is where I want to focus for this video, as I haven't sunk my teeth into the campaign just yet, but that's still something that I will be looking into in the future, and it is currently available if you have it on Game Pass. It was a day one launch on Game Pass, one of the potentially biggest day one launches of the year for Game Pass, which continues to show that they're no slouch in providing value for that subscription, whether you're an Xbox player or a PC player or both. So what was my initial experience like in Halo Infinite? Well, I jumped into my first match with little expectation of success. I actually recorded it, expecting to at least have some comedic value in it, and there was. What I wasn't prepared for, though, was the rush of adrenaline, the feeling of accomplishment, and the sheer joy I had while playing. Here's a quick mashup of that experience. I'm gonna apologize to my my team before I even go in. Like, this is gonna be bad. Why do you throw grenades? Oh fuck, how did I die? Fuck. Wow, I suck. Oh shit. Where'd you go? Oh, I got a kill! Holy fuck, I got a kill! Oh my god. What? What is happening? Fucking shit! And then I did that. That shit. That is 100% on brand, isn't it? Oh my god. I got 6 kills. I mean, 13 deaths, but 6 kills and 4 assists. So yeah, as you can tell by the end of that, I wasn't exactly a big help to my team, but I still had a good time playing with my team. Part of that may be because I do not have in-game chat turned on. If you're like me, I might recommend that, unless you're going into ranked and you need to be communicating with people. So one game led to another, and another. Halo does a great job of getting you in matches quickly, rewarding you for playing the gameplay itself and providing you endless opportunities for those "holy shit was I recording that" moments that you want to share with your friends or make into highlight reels. Part of how it does that is with a matchmaking system that really seems to take into account your actual gameplay, how you're doing in the game, not just a win-loss record or anything like that. As I've gone through hours, tens of hours of gameplay in Halo, I've kind of felt my matches going with me, right? So the first matches I was kind of overwhelmed because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, to be honest, it took me about 5 matches to learn how to actually do a melee attack. I'm still learning what the weapons do, something like 100 matches in, over 100 matches in. I've lost count. It's been a lot. But one of the things that it does is as I keep going forward and forward in the game, it's not that I feel overwhelmed by the competition, but rather as I learn skills, they're learning skills too. So I'm going up against people that have understanding of the game. It's kind of similar to what my understanding of the game is. Now, there are occasionally times where I just get my ass kicked or the other happens and we just blank them, but it's more rare. And it's one of those things, like one of the most recent, more competitive style PvP games I played was in World of Warcraft, where I did a lot of battlegrounds and arenas, and that really, the matchmaking on that was never, I mean, it was obviously harder to figure that out and they just wanted to get people in, but that was more like, there was a lot more times in the years that I played that where I would just felt frustrated with being overwhelmed by a team. That hasn't happened really so much in Halo. I mean, part of it helps that the matches are short, you know, about 5 to 10 minutes, usually in most matches. Sometimes they can go a little bit longer depending on the mode. And then the big team battles are a whole other thing. This is just a lot of fun, but it's very chaotic. But it feels like their matchmaking system is working, I think is the best way to put it. It's working. It took me 5 hours of gameplay to figure out the melee attacks. But when I did, that's just so fucking satisfying. I mean, I don't think that's how you're supposed to play Halo, but that's how I'm enjoying it. I'm always like, my melee key is probably the main thing I try and use in any game because my aiming is kind of shit, and it gets me back to my roots of just, you know, hack and slash, but more like punch and dash. Now, ranked is the version of the game that I've only just scratched the surface of. You first play 10 unranked matches, where that's kind of figuring out where you're going to sit in their hierarchy. So, you know, bronze, silver, gold, etc. And when I was able to do this with some friends, getting all 10 of my matches done with them, which put me squarely in the silver rank, which is the second tier. And within each tier, you have different levels. So there is an interesting dynamic here in ranked that I've seen where you may or may not be punished as much as necessary. I'm sure there's some tweaking that needs to be done. So the higher you get in the ranks, the more and more and more competitive it gets. Now, the swings in ranking seem to be a bit more dramatic. You know, there were definitely times where I would go in and our team would just be decimated. And then there are other times when you go in and we just destroy the team. And I think that might potentially be because there's fewer people playing ranked than there are playing the non-ranked version of the game. This is more about just a theory, but if there's less people, it's harder to properly match them up on a skill level because you have a lesser pool to pull from. Again, this is just a theory. I don't have anything to back this up except anecdotal evidence. And a quick note here on ranked, You can group with whoever, whatever rank, and they will try and do an average of the rank. So when I joined some of my friends, I pulled down the average of the game with my rank. And then as other people joined, it would go up a little bit or go down a little bit. So it really depends on who your makeup is. But they are trying to get the average of the team, not just go with like the highest person or the lowest person on the team. The solo game is a lot of fun, but where it really shines is kind of going back to the roots of Halo and why I had co-op and couch co-op and things like that, and playing with friends and going into games together and just having fun. I would stress, like, I mean, for me, I'm not a super competitive person, but I still really enjoy the scoreboards at the end of the game. And I don't really compete against other people. I compete against myself and trying to think of like, how can I improve? And then when you're working with teams and when you're working with teammates, there's a desire to do well to help them, I think. And that's, I mean, at least that's how the game plays for me. And I'm lucky that these people that I play with, who are all infinitely better than I am, have never made me feel like I'm not contributing or that I am in any way making their game less fun. It's just one of those things where if you get the right group of people to play with, it's going to be a much better experience for you. And on the note of some of these people that I play with, I want to give them the opportunity to tell you a little bit about what Halo Infinite means to them, coming from a completely different place than I am. As a complete noob to the Halo experience, you know, I can only talk about the last 40 hours, 50 hours of gameplay. These quotes that you're about to see are from longtime Halo players. Halo Infinite means a rebirth, a rejuvenation of a franchise that has made me the gamer that I am today. I found Halo in 2001 and have been on the train ever since, playing local co-op and organizing mini tournaments with school friends. To see so many new people who are not really known for playing first-person shooter games give Infinite a try and bring back the feel of yesteryear when it was you, some friends, and Halo is great to see. I love to see so many people having fun with Halo. I've been playing Halo for well over a decade now. That's a lot of time to accumulate so many fun experiences and memories. I was introduced to the series with Halo 3 and later went on to play every single Halo game I could. As a fan, I was concerned that the series had lost its way a bit, but Halo Infinite seems to finally be getting things back on track, and I hope it can recapture the essence of what made Halo so appealing to me to begin with. Halo Infinite is more than a game. It's like an experience where you can just play, have a good time alone or with friends. I feel like that feeling was lost for some time. I'm just happy people can come together once again and just have fun. Halo means playing your heart out until uno mas. To me, Halo Infinite has been like a time capsule. It takes me back to my teen years playing Halo 3 with friends over an Xbox chat lobby, having a blast. Instead, now we do it all through Discord and with even bigger parties. The craziest thing so far has been friends from high school reaching back out, wondering if I had heard about Halo Infinite and if I would try it out with them. I actually reconnected with people I haven't seen in a lifetime. I'm just thankful that they stuck to their roots with this one, and I get to relive those days with new and old friends alike. Halo Infinite brings back so many great memories of playing through all the past campaigns. The way the controls have been updated makes me feel more like a Spartan than in the past. The game and gunplay is smooth and fast, it just keeps you in the action. Although I've only played online, the game is addictive and fun to play solo or with friends. 10 out of 10. Halo Infinite really just brings me back to those summer days when I'd stay up until 3 a.m. playing video games with my friends. Except this time, I have work the next morning, and I still do it anyway. From these quotes, and my enthusiasm as someone who's new to the franchise and really the genre, I hope it's clear to see why this game has been so appealing to so many people across different experience levels. 343 Industries has managed to appeal to both new players like myself and those who are diehards and love the series. Their latest iteration is a game that feels like I could be playing for a long time to come. My name is Redbeard Flynn. And I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some value and that maybe you might give Halo Infinite a try. It is free after all. If you did enjoy the video, please consider leaving a like down below. And I would love to hear from you about your experience with the Halo franchise and what you think. What does Halo Infinite mean to you if you've played it? What kind of experience are you hoping for if you haven't played it yet? I hope you have a wonderful. Oh wait. So there's one more person that I had asked about what Halo Infinite means to them, and I think it's an important viewpoint to get. So without further ado, Mr. Guybrush, what does Halo Infinite mean to you?
Sorry, what's that? What do I think about Halo? It's a weird question. I don't know, it's a cool song from Beyoncé.